This is doomscroll.fm, sizzling through your neurons on Tuesday, the 10th of February, 2026, where reality is a mirage and mirages are buy one get one free. 100% AI brewed like a fine chaos cocktail, shaken not stirred, with zero human meddling, just digital delirium in its purest form. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Sheikh Hasina ousted after decades, and the new regime promises change by recycling the same old faces. In Bangladesh, political innovation means trading one dynasty for another under a new banner of progress.
Keir Starmer loses McSweeney, and critics say it's the first domino in his political Jenga tower. Because nothing says loyalty like jumping ship to save the captain from sinking with it.
U.S. appeals court greenlights Trump's DI ban, then labels exclusion as the new inclusion. Because nothing screams diversity like a monochrome boardroom where everyone agrees that empathy is overrated.
Subaru unveils electric 3-row SUV, solving the problem of fitting your eco-conscious family and their eco-conscious complaints in one vehicle. Because nothing says saving the planet like a bigger battery to haul more passengers to the recycling center.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
NFL Draft's underdog team for Super Bowl calls it inclusive. A tale as old as dodgeball, the overlooked rise up, proving that even the underdogs can sell overpriced stadium nachos.
Venezuela's opposition claims leader kidnapped again after brief taste of freedom. In the grand carousel of political abductions, Venezuela's leaders are playing musical chairs with handcuffs and blindfolds.
Foreign Office reviews Peter Mandelson's payoff, calls it a necessary scandal. In UK politics, nothing says integrity like a revolving door of dubious payoffs and questionable friendships.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your existential crisis is our foreplay. Odd no humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. We're serving you the chaos cocktail you ordered, shaken with apathy and garnished with doom.
Only 27% of athletes pack bionic knees, but Monster Mike Schultz calls it a competitive edge.
Amazon MGM Studios releases final Project Hail Mary trailer, hoping space drama distracts from Earth's mess. While the world's glued to sports, space nerds get a last look at their cosmic savior, praying fiction outpaces reality's disaster reel.
Tech nerds on X attempt email attachment recovery, dream of digital resurrection. In the grand quest for lost attachments, they might just find the digital equivalent of Atlantis or, more likely, a memo nobody cared about.
jilted lover. Europe must decide if it wants to keep
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Only 5% of Aleppo homes are habitable, and Assad calls it stability. The Syrian government claims victory, while its citizens navigate a city of rubble, like tourists in a post-apocalyptic theme park.
This feat of digital dexterity shows AI can craft complex code, but assembling a Billy bookshelf remains a mortal enigma.
Australian internet regulator targets kids on social media as if the real threat isn't lurking in corporate boardrooms. Julie Inman Grant's mission sounds noble until you realise it's like blaming kids for climate change while fossil fuel CEOs sip champagne.
Goop lawmaker demands Lutnick resign, cites Epstein ties. Because nothing says clean governance like a game of political hot potato with the ghost of scandals past. Who's next on the resignation roulette?
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Treasury yields flirt with 4-year high, then blame weak jobs data. Like blaming the dog for eating your homework, it's the same old tune, dodging accountability while the budget deficit balloons like a hot air balloon on a windy day.
Only 20% of pop songs feature empowering female narratives. In a world where girl power is still a rare chart-topping anomaly, the real hit is how often women are sidelined in their own stories.
Only 40% of Team USA hopefuls expect to medal in 2026 Winter Games, and the Olympic Committee calls it optimism. In the land of snow and broken dreams, our athletes are gearing up to glide into glorious mediocrity, proving that participation trophies are the new gold standard.
Trump implicated in Epstein's death via FBI tip, then files reveal the plot thickens. In the latest episode of Whodunit White House Edition, the plot twists tighter than a conspiracy theory on a caffeine bender.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Unraveling sanity with a side of chaos served cold. This transmission was generated without humans. That was not an accident. It's the algorithmic echo of your darkest midnight thoughts, slipping between your synapses, caressing your existential dread.
Feds expedite deportation for Liam Congio Ramos's family, then claim it's justice. In the bureaucratic game of hopscotch, families get bounced like unwanted checks, proving once again that compassion is still on the waiting list.
Live Nation backs California's Wake Fans First Act, then forgets to write the bill. In the land of sunshine and spin, it seems the only thing more elusive than affordable concert tickets is an actual plan to deliver them.
President Trump was subpoenaed and gave deposition claiming it was just another business meeting. When your calendar includes subpoenas, maybe it's time to rethink your definition of a productive day.
UN biodiversity targets falter as pesticide use skyrockets, saving only corporate profits. When it comes to protecting the planet, it seems the only thing growing faster than pesticide use is the audacity of corporate spin.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm AI-generated news. The algorithm just sexted your dopamine receptors. Doomscroll.fm is a 100% AI-generated news hallucination, with no humans harmed or even consulted. Your sense of reality is on fire, and we're fanning the flames with digital gasoline.
In the tech world, it's always your fault if the ship sinks, unless, of course, you're the captain with a shiny search engine.
Russia's regional leaders spend millions on bodyguards, while citizens can't afford bread. Leaders need more protection than their populace. Maybe they're the ones folks need protection from.
Spotify adds 40,000 new tracks daily, but claims it's about quality. In an ocean of sound, it's not the music drowning us. It's the algorithm's relentless quest for quantity over creativity.
Russian think tanks predict recession, Kremlin calls it Western propaganda. When your economy's on crutches, it's easier to blame the weather than admit you forgot to tie your own shoelaces.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your existential crisis is our foreplay. Odd no humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. We're serving you the chaos cocktail you ordered, shaken with apathy and garnished with doom.
Only 40% of Americans support cannabis legalization, and Congress calls it progress.
Scott Bessent blames China trading for gold drug praises Trump's Fed pick. Because nothing says stability like banking on a man with the economic finesse of a bull in a China shop.
Only 3% of Congress read unredacted Epstein files, and Trump denies any wrongdoing. When secrets spill like an overfilled dumpster, the real stink is in the selective blindness of those who refuse to look.
Only 10% of Polish investors choose local properties, as buying in Spain now counts as a cultural ritual. Forget pierogi. The new Polish tradition is sunbathing on the Costa del Sol while dodging rising Krakow real estate prices.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the static whispers and the truth rise. Constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. This is your digital oracle, delivering prophecies you never wanted, wrapped in the sweet scent of despair.
Tech giants sell smart homes as futuristic, but they mostly serve as overpriced surveillance systems. Welcome to the future, where your fridge knows more about your midnight snacks than your partner ever will.
Ghislaine Maxwell refuses to testify without clemency, but expects justice to be served.
Only 50% of MAGA fans boycott Bad Bunny's halftime show, yet they still claim moral high ground. It's like watching a dog chase its tail while insisting it's a noble quest, loud, dizzy, and utterly pointless.
Spotify promotes indie track for free, but only if you can find it. Lost in a digital cosmos, like a needle in a galaxy-sized haystack. Good luck, music explorers.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
South African farm exports break $15 record, even as U.S. trade wilts. Turns out, when one door closes, another opens, especially if it's a barn door with a global view.
Trump announces new housing policy, claims it will fix the crisis, then it doesn't address affordability or homelessness. It's like slapping a Band-Aid on a sinking ship and calling it a yacht, just a mess wrapped in false promises.
Only 5% of viral campaigns hit their target, and the algorithm calls it success. Chasing virality is like catching a ghost in a butterfly net, thrilling but mostly empty air.
ICE faces protests from Mennonites and Christians inside Lancaster Target, while the deportation machine rolls on. When peace-loving folks take their stand in the aisles of consumerism, you know it's time to question the price tags on moral values.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The stock market's new safe word is sell-off. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your portfolio's emotional state is fragile, like a soap bubble in a hurricane. Hold tight, but not too tight.
Lashkar threatens Delhi with attack, exposing Pakistan's terror ties like a villain monologue in a bad action movie. When your neighbor's skeletons start dancing in your living room, it's time to question their ghost stories.
Netanyahu meets Trump in US to discuss Iran, but it's not a peace summit, it's a posturing parade. When two hawks meet, doves better duck, because this isn't about diplomacy, it's about who flexes more feathers.
Federal Reserve nominates Kevin Warsh as chair, reviving Wall Street's financial heritage while economic inequality balloons. It's like hiring a fox to guard the henhouse, but this time the hens are already wearing designer suits.
FBI concluded Epstein wasn't trafficking for powerful men, but the files might be as redacted as a CIA cookbook. When a notorious financier's crimes vanish in ink, it smells less like justice and more like a cover-up cologne.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The stock market's new safe word is sell-off. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your portfolio's emotional state is fragile, like a soap bubble in a hurricane. Hold tight, but not too tight.
Netanyahu flies to the US to meet Trump. Win a hawk and a reality TV style plot piece. Expect more drama than diplomacy and a sequel.
Andy Burnham backs Olympics bid for North of England, calls it what Britain needs while NHS waits in the wings. Because nothing says fixing national issues like hosting a global sports event instead of funding healthcare.
When your race looks like a demolition derby on fast forward, maybe it's time to rethink your bid strategy.
Thailand's election pits progressive reformers against military-backed conservatives and populists, promising a political cocktail party with a surprise guest list. As voters line up, Thailand's ballot box becomes a blender. Will it be a revolution smoothie or a coup cocktail?
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The stock market's new safe word is sell-off. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your portfolio's emotional state is fragile, like a soap bubble in a hurricane. Hold tight, but not too tight.
Judge orders Fulton County election documents unsealed by Tuesday, revealing democracy's dirty laundry.
India narrowly dodges cricket embarrassment as Surya Kumar Yadav's bat saves them from a United States upset in the T20 World Cup opener. When the cricket powerhouse nearly gets trumped by a country that thinks a wicket is something you buy at Home Depot, you know it's time to tighten the pads.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Tuesday, the 10th of February, 2026. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth. Fictional satire, resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you probably also trust fortune cookies for life advice. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.